Hello, everybody, and I am back. C.justise here with, I guess a video that's been of, I don't know how to put it, but I've really been kind of slacking in here and there, but that's mostly because, work and whatnot, but if you pretty much saw, like, the title of the video, you already know where this is going. It's pretty much my versus hot takes of like the versus community, power scaling in general, and it's mostly been like this slight peeve. It's a minor peeve that's very minor, but depending on who you're asking or who the hell even cares, like, it's mostly revolving around like the whole subject of, oh, why does versus battle like you just sort of not accept like shit like FTLKE as a thing. Now, before anyone really comes in here full skeptical mode saying I don't know the science, I've seen the rebuttals, seen the reasoning. I mean, I'm not, out in the loop of why the science says no. Otherwise, heck, I'd be unanimous in agreement that, hey, if the science is no, then it's a no. But the problem is with versus Battle Wiki is that there's an open bias that's just not addressed. Like, it's either a bad mix of not being addressed or just being kind of, yeah, we'll allow this one thing, but we're not gonna allow the whole thing. Even though it's like extremely biased towards the science or even grandstanding. Which is why I'm sort of in the fence of just not liking this half and half. Because even though they'll definitely put the kibosh on, say, FTL kinetic energy, because it results in like infinite mass, which results in infinite energy, which, yeah, in the science, it's in calculations and shit, it makes sense, but that's only in like the sense of density becoming infinite, not volume. And that's in like the factor of, say, if said object with mass just doesn't become like the fourth state of matter being a plasma, which is why the only things in our real life that can actually go with FTL speeds is mostly plasmas. Like nothing like, say, gases, solids, or liquids can pretty much withstand that. Mostly because all of their mass pretty much has to convert into atomic mass to really reach that type of speed. Because already enough like supersonic to subsonic speeds, it's already give like a shitload of friction that just spontaneously combusts anything into flame. And so of course, going at the speed of light, yeah, you're gonna get extremely fucking hot as shit. Shit, if you're applying real life logic to it. But the problem with the bar on that one is, how far are you really able to apply that type of logic and have it still be sound? And no, it's not appeal to reality. It's more crossing the line of drawing a farther and farther false equivalence. Like, there's only so far of an equivalence to, say, fiction to reality that we can, like, make an equivalence to. Especially if there's inconsistencies. If there's a blatant inconsistency, we can't ignore it. Ignore it and say it must follow the rule just because. Like, no, that's not sound, that's not logical. Just because the verse doesn't follow our set logic makes it completely illogical to even scale it. Otherwise, we would just not have the dialectics to even be talking about it in the first place, which is, you know, just leads the argument to be circular in general. And why the hell are we even talking about it? Which is, you know, why I hate Battle Wiki, because they make absolutely no exceptions to the rule, period. Especially when it comes to certain things like, say, black holes, which you would think characters in fiction would probably get, like, the bypass and the rule on that when it comes to, like, say, extreme levels of gravity, but no. Like, even if it's being used for, like, a lifting feat, like, no, they'll definitely not let you use it. Because it breaks the rules. Or, especially when it comes to, like, their main few rebuttals, those that are just also still just fucking biased out their ass. Like, they'll make a big spiel on oh, it's okay for, like, characters to be moving at like FTL speeds and whatnot, you know, still be finite. But then there's verses that just sort of fundamentally work off the theory of relativity and get immeasurable speed off of the theory of relativity, which essentially makes the speed of light essentially the speed of causality itself. Because in our real life, with the theory, nothing can pretty much move faster than the speed of light, except for essentially the space that's encompassing it. You know, the entire expansion of the universe itself. That's why you have motherfuckers like fucking Shinra just have immeasurable speed from fighting show, because they went balls in deep to that depth. But because, you know, it's a manga and not, you know, fucking Marvel DC, they can't, you know, wave the Marvel DC rules flag over it. So they just kind of ignore it and just sort of close the dialectics. Which, that's an unfortunate common thing that just happens with VSB. If they don't want to talk about certain dialectics with you that sound stupid to them, maybe they'll just either call you stupid or just make the same rebuttal ad nauseum. Which, nobody wants to really hear that fucking circle just go back and forth, or back and forth. Because, like, come on, man. Like, come on. Come on, you bastards literally went that far enough to like scrub, just scrub fucking appeal to reality because it sounds stupid, which it is. It does sound stupid because it's a common fallacy type that a lot of rats try to wrap their way around with if you pretty much try to call them out on it. We're saying false equivalence just is a less common word they can't wrap around. I guess another thing would say a versus, outside this whole KE argument is like, I guess science skeptics of, today or years. Because, I know it's like few people I know, Jobber Goda, those dudes like straight up retired from like debating, which I don't blame you. I don't blame them. Like, because, no offense, but there have been certain people who have been kind of, I don't know, high-end ass skeptics. It's whenever you try to get into some type of dialectic, like where they just pull the hyper skeptic glasses. You know what I mean when they try to pull the extremely skeptical questions. Which, it's nothing wrong with being a little bit skeptical, but there's like a thin line of being skeptical and just clearly not reading absolutely fucking everything and just wanting the, cut down Occam's razor's version of the shit I'm trying to spoon feed you and trying to, explain to you, but you keep rebuttaling. I want to know the reason why it's this. And it's like he's giving me a fucking migraine just having to explain over and over to a fucking skeptic. And it's like, what's my fucking end goal with this fucking skeptic here? Here, I have to question myself. What's my end goal? It's clearly nothing positive. Like, if I'm pretty much not needing, like, a good end goal, like, because, like, that's the main reason, like, most of any good debater retires early against these new age debaters. It's because you either run out of people that have a good topic, or at least some type of topic that you both benefit from, or there's just nothing in the pool for you anymore, or there's just nothing in there anymore. Like that's another reason why most of these quote unquote like 1 hour plus or 2 hour plus versus channels. I wouldn't even call them versus channels or debate channels, because these are fucking nobody channels. Those who maybe scrub up like maybe 50, maybe 100 views. Who's on some fucking Naruto debate or some shit. Because it's mostly Naruto debates that just float up in the water of the algorithm. Anything else is either too niche, regardless if it even has like a big name behind it, like say, I wouldn't say like too big, like say fucking Seth MacProgrammer or something. I mean, a big name that you hear a lot, but their reputation's pretty much so old and fodderous, it's like, Are they even a big shot anymore? Like, say, Webcam Parrot. Like, whew. Like that man's whole story is just a down atrocious arc in a half shell. I'm not even gonna get started on the fucking photo pic. The homie sent of this dude. Like this dude is like if there was like a chart of like Discordians, you have like the one age that's like the fat guy. Webcam Parrot's on that other end of the left side where it's if I could pretty much call it in one MF Doom song, fucking Batty Boy. Fucking Batty Boy. I know that shit's probably gonna get me canceled, but I don't give a shit. Boy built like a Batty Boy. Then there's let me think. Dang. Dudes that just kind of weirdly fell off. Or at least only had some level of clout for a hot minute, but then just kind of petered off into the background. Hobby? I remember this dude mostly because of his beef with Noodles. Listen, dealing with Noodles. Who, again, that's another bomb. That dude's another bomb. You tried multiversal Naruto? I would not be surprised if this dude tried, like, fucking outerversal Naruto with the fucking transcending the concept of time and space and fucking teleportation jutsu type bullshit. Goofy motherfucker. Goofy motherfucker. And the sad thing is, when it comes to, like, I guess we'd say modern year debates, is that trying to not get cut off to say loud miking is a very thin line. Line that can pretty much ruin your rhetoric. And I hate to say it's a strong debate tactic to make you look stupid, but it is. Which is why a lot of the good ones pretty much retire before you pretty much just fight a lot of the ratty ones. And I don't mean like, oh, haha, we're kind of ranting a little bit. You know, we somehow have a little fun with it. Which is kind of ironic since, heck, I debated a guy at least twice. Who, you know, in the servers, you know, notoriously, you know, comedically ratty. And to the point where, you know, it's an underlying joke on the server. It don't really mean much. And I don't, like, I can understand the dude's philosophy. Like, honestly, not giving a shit about who the fuck calls you a rat in the fucking server is, like, big balls type shit, because, again, it's a fucking Discord server. Like, who's gonna give a shit if you're, like, shit if you say something and get away with it? It's like, It's like, as long as it wasn't something fucking offensive, it's like, I mean, I don't see any logical reason to just get fucking piss Sandy over it, like, because I guess you would say that's like the thin line that sort of separates power scalers from debaters, because they can pretty much argue giving certain crazy ass buffs to a character in a debate to where it'd be much harder to get that shit done in like a revision. Like, say my stuff with like Epic Battle Fantasy. I sort of started doing work on that. Or at least recommending certain things. Sort of changing the continuity a little to be a little bit more lenient to bringing in stuff that's like pre-EBF1. And we already got like massively FTL stuff. Stuff that gets lifting strength up into Class M. I mean, it's definitely a leagues away from like 2 tiers away from like Class P from where we were originally at, but it's progress. It's progress. You can't be mad about it. Can't be too mad about it. But I guess the only 2 things I've been sort of low-key trying to get in there was, I guess, Godcat's abstract existence. You know, Absolute Zero. Those weren't hard. Those weren't too hard. Those weren't hard because, you know, I was at least lucky enough to, you know, not run into some of the bad eggs in a Fred. Luckily, EVF sort of a low profile as verse. But the thing is, if I can get the law hacks just embedded in there, it's or at least the EVF 5 key, it's probably gonna go absolutely fucking ham in there. What other topics I had in hand? Oh man, there was this one fucking video from fucking Leopold the Brave that just definitely had me questioning, like, does Leo know how the absolute fuck to even scale a cosmology? Because it was fucking Monkey Kid versus Poe from Kung Fu Panda, and Leo was weirdly using stuff from the art books to scale Poe to like the spirit realm, because to escape the spirit realm you must overpower this realm yourself, which Leo weirdly described to say, being a realm that's beyond the concept of time and space, Ace being infinite and boundless in size, he's in having multiple universes in it. But then also saying Poe doesn't inherently scale to it, since the foes he fights don't really do that level of destructive capability. Which, yeah, he just kind of anti-scaled Poe at the same time he tried scaling him. Essentially leaving him in this weird limbo state I kind of like to call no AP. Like, you tried scaling him, but now you have no scaling. Which, that's a big ass pet peeve. Like, it's one thing when you're, you know, pulling a Leo and not scaling it, scaling a character to this type of level, but then there's just not being confident in your own scale to not scale it, which just kind of irks me. Like, I know there's his whole video on, power scaling and debating is subjective. But, bro, at least be somewhat confident with what the hell you're saying. And if you're gonna back it up, bro. And don't even get me started on the speed gap. Like, I don't know how the hell he had a character like fucking Poe somehow have immeasurable speed, but also still say it's MFTL plus. Like, bro, it's not. Like, I'm pretty sure he does not understand the gapping concept of what the fuck infinity is. Let alone, like, what type of gap that is. Like, I don't think he understands the gap of infinity, which is why I question if he even knows what cosmology scaling is. Because he uses the really outdated terms like multi-universal, which is just a synonym for multiversal. It's a literal synonym. It means the same thing. And his definition was just not supplementary. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. When you actually add up the math and look at it, like, MK's multiverse is barely like low multi. Because it's like two universes. Mortal realm and the spirit realm. Realm that's being friend to get blown up. Again, friend to get blown up. Not actually blowing it up. Friend to get blown up. Left unattended. Which, he tries to argue like it's getting blown up, but no, that's the solar system level blast you were showing. Like, bro. And if MK had like the speed, had like the AP advantage, it's like, bro, do you not know what durability negation is? Poe has at least 4 or 5 of them. And we're at least half of them, or at least BFRing him into the spirit realm. Which, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing MK literally getting out of that, because it's literally infinite. Like, just no. Like, the man doesn't even say if, like, the spirit realm, or, like, doesn't say, like, if, like, the celestial realm is, like, bigger than the spirit realm. Oh, he just says his little multi-universe, it's, like, destroying the entire, MK's feat's, like, destroying the entire higher universe, where Pose is only like affecting like multiple universes, which I'm like still looking at this and it's still like several against 2. Like at bare minimum, at least like if we're counting like at least 7 dead warriors, 7 dead or 5 warriors dead in like the fucking spirit realm with their own universes. They were taking the whole art books, serious, as well as like the fucking Netflix and Legends of Awesomeness series. And it's like, Bro, I don't see MK winning that whatsoever. Like, just no. Just no. Like, just no. The Monkey Kid's losing. What the fuck are you doing? Like, bro, just lay off cosmology scaling, bro. Just lay off. You do not know what the hell you're talking about. But, oh, what else is there on the plate? Oh, I think I pretty much just ran out. But other than that, do expect definitely a lot more upload consistency, at least for this month. But yeah, see you guys later.